Hey, Wealth Creation with Options traders and investors. Matt Buckley, call sign Wiz, the Chief Investment Strategist and Model Portfolio Manager here at Wealth Creation with Options. And welcome to the new normal. I love the headline here. A couple minutes ago, it was 3 dead in attacks on Pakistan, but now it's stocks face a 20% cliff risk, a Citigroup brainiac said. Really? Hell, I could run Citigroup then. It cracks me up. Folks, it's just an absolute train wreck out here. The market we're walking around, for 40 years here in the QE3 infinity desert, and the market's really trying to figure out which way to go, as we covered in our live trading session this week. And in my opinion, the only way it's going to go is either sideways to down. The Fed's released all their cards, so today there's really nothing on the flight schedule except FOMC Lockhart members. FOMC Atlanta head, I think he's head of the Atlanta Fed, is going to speak. These folks, I know I said earlier in the week that I'm not going to listen to where these guys say now that the Fed's really shown their cards. Actually, I was wrong. I am going to listen to every word these folks say because it cracks me up now. These folks are on a cover your ass tour, what we call in the military, a CYA tour. These folks are coming out of the woodwork saying, hey, I voted against the QE3. Why, folks? People are really starting to realize that, first of all, QE1, QE2, Operation Twist, Operation whatever, snake eating its own tail, and now none of that has worked. So let's work some more. Definition of insanity, right? So these folks, now they grow a spine, are starting to come out publicly and say, I was against it, because they know it's going to fail, and it's only driving our nation further and further into debt, and it's also going to just make the fall off the fiscal cliff even harder. Okay? So I take that back. I was wrong. I am going to listen to what these people say because they crack me up. It's awesome to see the Monday morning quarterbacking. Same thing happened in the military. After a mishap, something bad happens, a crash, whatever, I always see the Ready Room Cowboys going, oh, I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, that guy was an idiot and, shouldn't have been flying an airplane. Really, Einstein? Then hop in your damn time machine, fly back in time, and let us know about that. Have the courage of your convictions to speak up earlier, folks. But just an absolute, we'll get to the market here, folks, but get on the Wall Street Journal site, or if you have got to read this article, Miscues Before Libya Assault. So for all the Bush haters and he knew months before he was warned about a potential airline attack or something like that. First of all, the president missed all of his intelligence briefings for the week prior to these assaults. The Libyan government said, we gave them a briefing 3 days prior saying this attack was going to happen. And I read this and I cry that an ambassador got killed and raped, and 2 Navy SEALs who weren't even there to protect the ambassador because he got separated from his security team, not Marines, by the way, folks. Marines protect our embassies, but check out this headline right here. The State Department considered putting Marines at the embassy in Benghazi sometime in the next 5 years. Yeah, read that. And then also, this really, you want to, last week when our embassy in Sudan was under attack, the administration requested to send in some Marines to protect the embassy, and it was declined. Who the hell requests to send in Marines to protect the sovereign soil and lives of Americans? This man is going to get us all killed, ladies and gentlemen. I don't say that lightly as somebody who's worn the uniform and has the greatest respect of the office of Commander-in-Chief. That's gone. It's seriously gone. A man who fundraises in Vegas as the black flag of Al-Qaeda is raised above our embassy, and then the next day flies to New York to party with Beyonce and Jay-Z as our embassy in Sudan is attacked, is a moron. He's going to get us all killed. Absolutely insane, folks. Hey, Wiz, really don't care about your political views. I don't care that you care or don't care, folks. It drives the market. Because we're going to wake up one day, and this is going to be half of what it is. And this is going to be half of what it is. And the VIX going to be through the roof. Now, you folks are smart. Why? Because you have hedges on. You're ready for the kick in the teeth, right? Our portfolio is doing great. This is look at this Apple, folks. So let's talk about this one. Our Apple diagonal. Look at that, $11,125 in a month and a half, 2 months, whatever it is. The Nove 700s. Remember we talked about pin risk, right? Well, what's Apple trading at today? Look at that. Well, it was earlier in the day. It was like right at 701, 702. I'm like, aha, the pin risk is at 700. Might be at 705, folks. So I'm not probably. I'm going to buy back these calls. I'm going to wait until the end of the day to see if Apple pulls back at all, and just take the $100 in profit and roll these out to October. Probably the Oct. 720s, because I, for all the reasons we discussed on Wednesday, I think Apple's going to trade sideways and channel for a little bit until the holidays. So in the model portfolio, I'm going to be buying back these 700 calls and probably doing the Oct 720s. Okay, everything else is doing great. Really don't need to. Gold's doing what it's supposed to be doing for us. The USO is finally back awake after what happened earlier in the week, folks. Turns out it was a finger drill, a mini flash crash in oil. Trader meant to divide and added type of thing. So the crash in oil was actually earlier in the week. Wasn't when all the oil traders stand around looking at each other going, why is oil going down? That's bad, and that usually means there's a technology error, which there was. So they're starting to rebound here. But had a great week here. I mean, we have over on the Top Gun options side, we had weeklies on Google on, made $2,500. We had weeklies on Apple on that. Where are weeklies? On Apple that made $2,000, and we have a what's that, 4,500, and then a Chipotle that made $700. So in 1 week over in TGO trading weeklies, we've made about $5,000, and that's just in the weeklies. So great. Having a great time over on the TGO side. Yesterday, total model portfolio was up $6,000. It was up $2,000 today. Now it's settling down to about $1,500. But on a day like today, folks, this is what we need to be seeing in a portfolio: is greens, light greens, some grays, some pinks, and then some reds. Okay, so things are going great in the model portfolio. Couldn't be happier with our Apple trade. And some of the other ones, the SDS, again, folks, that's our end of the world trades. Those are our insurance policies in the back of our pocket. Learn them, live them, love them, leave them. And same thing with the VIX, because this market's just kind of gently drifting up. And let's go to it one more time, folks. And you can put this on my tombstone, this chart, the SPX of 5 years. Okay, we are at pre-end of the world highs in the SPX, okay? And let's get rid of some of these studies here so you can so we can get a better look at this. End of the world happens in a little over a year. 1,500 down to 666. Well, God forbid that there's failure in capitalism. Here comes Uncle Sam. Bush failure, huge Bush failure. QE1, QE2, Operation Twist, QE3 infinity. Look at that. A move up on fake. And now we are at 2007 highs. Folks, we're what, 350 points away from Dow 14,000. Are you kidding me? Norfolk Southern warned this week. Huge freight mover. FedEx warned. Burberry, Coach, Bed Bath & Beyond warned. Everybody's warning. And the market's not listening to a word. Doesn't matter, right? The Fed's always going to be there. There is no hell until hell comes, folks. I'm looking out my window waiting for the horsemen of the apocalypse to come galloping by. It's going to happen eventually, okay? We've talked about this. The fiscal cliff, the election, World War III will start in the Middle East. When Israel attacks Iran, Iran turns around and attacks our bases in Europe and the Middle East, and we have to get involved. Even if the president's in the Rose Garden saying, we didn't allow Israel to do this, we're not the bad guys here, they're going to come after us. And World War III starts. Like I said, over at Top Gun Options, the only bullish trades we have on are short-term weeklies that we can eject out of immediately. And the only other bullish trades are long-term diagonals, right? Like our gold, we have a long-term diagonal in AIG that's doing great. The only long-term bullish positions we have are out to 2014. who knows if the world's even going to be around by then. But we're selling front month upside calls because we're short-term neutral to bearish, okay? Can the market keep going up? Yep. Could I be completely wrong? Absolutely. I don't think so, though. But guess what? I'm hedged and ready to go. All right, I got to get going. I'm going to be taking a look at Apple, like I said, the rest of the day to maybe close these 700 calls and go to OCT 720s. All right, so have a great weekend. I'll see you in next week's live trade at 1 o'clock on Wednesday. Have a great weekend.